For me, it's all about finding individuals that can really take on what I'm working on right now and hopefully do a better job, right? The first stage of business is a startup stage. During the startup stage, you're doing pretty much everything. So maybe you just launched your own brokerage and you're going to be doing everything. You're going to be recruiting, you're going to be developing, and you're also going to be doing compliance, right? But eventually what you got to be looking for is you're replacing yourself on the recruiting piece of it. You want to replace yourself on the development piece of it or training piece of it, and you want to replace yourself on the compliance piece of it. For me, the first thing that I replaced myself with was compliance. I was not a big fan of compliance. I'm not the one who's going to be sitting there for hours and hours and hours and reviewing the paperwork and all of that stuff. For me, I'd rather go shoot myself, with all due respect, right? What I'm doing is, all right, where are my strengths are? My strengths are going out there, meeting with agents, right? Providing value to these agents, training, mentoring, and coaching those agents. That's where I enjoy to do the most. So that's really where I want to be focusing on, and hire somebody else who can be in charge of the compliance, right? Then the second part is the operational piece of it. So the front end is bringing the agents in, but you also got to fulfill the other promises. That's where the operations come into place, right? When we make sure that the commission checks are paid on time, make sure that there's onboarding in place, right? We want to make sure that the marketing is done the way it's supposed to be done. So having an operations person there, somebody who's going to be your implementer, somebody who's going to be integrating things that you set, is another thing that you definitely want to have in place. But initially it starts with, in my case, it was all about compliance. I wanted to hire an individual that can handle that piece of it so I can focus on attracting agents and developing those agents.